girls are underweight. 56% of them are anemic. More importantly, the 43% of them are married before the age of 18. And this was a data collected from one of the post-graduation thesis. You can see the nutritional status, all the macronutrients as well as the micronutrients. Most of them are less than 50% of the recommended dietary allowances. And almost 16% of the women and families in our area are food insecure. And the stunting begins early in India. So whenever there is a window of opportunity, don't pull down the shade. So the 1,000 days window of opportunity, which is called optimal linear growth, there are various interventions that occurred in this 1,000 days. They focusing on complementary feeding, exclusive feeding, iron and folic acid supplementation have not been very effective in the enhancing the growth of the infant. So this study, the conceptual framework was, so because the women are already deficient in micro and macronutrition status, even before they become pregnant, before they become married. So the more important is periconception and preconception periods. So this 1,000 days of window of opportunity is unique to shape healthier and more prosperous futures. Right nutrition during this window can impact the child's ability to grow, learn, and rise out of poverty, and it can have profound effect on long-term health, stability, and development of entire communities and nations. With this background, a collaborative multi-site project of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development Global Network for Women's and Children's Health Research was started with a primary objective that the maternal nutrition supplementation that is commenced at least 3 months prior to the conception and continuing throughout the pregnancy will result in greater birth length than the same intervention that is commenced early in the second trimester or against the control group. There are many secondary objectives which are mainly the public health of importance, and especially the laboratory outcomes which look upon the deep phenotypic status, composition of the milk, epigenetic and microbiotic changes that are occurring in the mother as well as the babies. This is an individually randomized controlled trial. The intervention is a lipid-based nutrition supplement, that is a 20-gram supplement, and another intervention that is a ready-to-use supplementary food, RUSF, if the woman's BMI is less than 20. So it's a 3-arm trial. So the arm 1, women will receive nutrition supplementation at least 3 months before they conceive. Arm 2 will start receiving the same nutrition supplement between 12 to 14 weeks of gestation, and arm 3 is a control group. So this lipid nutrition supplement is a comprehensive mix of multi-micronutrients which mainly contains the favorable N3, N6 fatty acids prepared from the peanut, soybean, and dried milk powder. And this 20-gram supplement provides approximately 118 kilocalories, which is stable for more than 18 months under tropical condition without refrigeration. If the woman's BMI is less than 20, she will also receive additional 300 kilocalorie per day supplement, that is ready to use nutrition supplement, which is devoid of multi micronutrients. So coming to the content of the nutrition supplement, you can see the favorable N3, N6 fatty acids, the iron 20 milligram, elemental iron, and the zinc 15 milligram. So this trial is happening in 4 countries. So the Arm-1 women will start receiving the supplement before they conceive at the enrollment. Arm-2 women will start supplement at first trimester between 12 to 14 weeks, and Arm-3 is there is no intervention is not given. The study launched in 2013 October. At the enrollment, the maternal and paternal anthropometry, biospecimen, dietary recalls history, and food insecurity history are collected. And the bi-weekly home visits start immediately for monitoring the supplement compliance and measuring the mid-upper arm circumference. And monthly weight checks are occurring at the primary health center. You can see the bi-weekly visits occurring. There are more than 40,000 preconception bi-weekly visits that have occurred, and most of them fall within 12 to 16 days window. Anthropometry, we height, mid-upper arm circumference, weight, and the dietary history. And the dietary assessment is was conducted. It's a very elaborate process, but I condensed here. So it involves the standardization of the household utensils, raw foods, meat, and cooked foods, collecting the generic recipes of this area, compiling a local food composition table, and then at the home they do the 24-hour dietary recall, and then we will enter the data in the food record table, and then after merging the food composition table and the food record table, we will get an individual energy and nutrient intake. So this is an example of a generic recipe and which is put into the food composition table, and you can see the per 100 gram how much does the macro as well as micronutrients are available. In the stage 2 is a stage wherein the woman becomes pregnant. Once we identify the woman into stage 2, so prior to the 13 weeks of gestation, we do the ultrasound examination, maternal biospecimen collection, and dietary recall. So bi-weekly home visits continue for monitoring the supplement compliance, mid-upper arm circumference measurement, and monthly weight checks. And the delivery, we are collecting the primary outcome is the birth length, birth weight, amnion, cord blood, and vaginal swabs for assessment of phenotypic, microbiome, and epigenetic changes. Up to 6 months postpartum, so there is a infant growth. Even after 6 months, we have added a follow-up study wherein there is a infant growth is also obtained at 12, 18, and 24 months of age, so till the 2 years. So infant and young child feeding practices, breast milk composition, biospecimen collection, and maternal anthropometry at 6 months. So the birth outcomes, the weight, the length, And you can see the separation of the amnion and cleaning it. Coming to the status of the study, as of the last week, now we have completed the enrollment. Out of the 1824 enrolled, the 779 women became pregnant and they entered second stage of the study. We have already obtained 531 live births. Out of them, we have obtained 517 newborn lengths within 12 hours. And note that there are more terminations in arm 2 as well as arm 3. So these terminations are mainly because of the miscarriages, medical terminations of pregnancies, and stillbirths. So the dietary assessment, ultrasound examination, and 12-week pregnancy assessments have already been completed, and we have completed almost 90% of the 32-week pregnancy assessments as well. And the biospecimens status, we almost, out of the 100 per arm was our target, we have almost completed 70% of our target. Coming to the compliance, so more than 70% compliance is seen in both arm 1 and arm 2, and whereas for supplement 2, it's almost more than 95% of compliance is seen with secondary supplement. This is a first infant, and this is a first infant at 12 months. Yeah. Thank you.
Very nice presentation, sir.